Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, another real episode for you guys. I feel like I need to talk on this and get it out of my system because, it's just something that's been on my mind recently. And, it's overall talking on pretty much like these past 2 years of like content creating. And how overall I just feel like I'm struggling really bad with content creating right now. Like I don't know what's going on, man. Like it's super weird. It is like it's really one of the most like weirdest experiences where you are literally blessed with your dream job, but you just don't have like the energy to do your dream job. Like right now, cause if this would have been like back, and the thing is, like I talk on this so much, like I'm honestly getting annoyed of bringing it up, but back in like 2015 and a little bit of 2016, pretty much like prior before I had started working in this job in Seattle, I remember like I would be up at this time and probably would have had like 10, 15, probably more gaming videos recorded. Like I had that stuff down, and then I go downstairs like 10 o'clock, record reaction videos, and I'm like, bruh, all I want to do right now, and it's like that. It wasn't even like, the thing is, it was like, it was a while ago, but it wasn't like, it was like 20 something years ago. It wasn't like, it was like in my younger days. Like, I'm still in my younger days, but I just feel like I've gotten so, like, old, like, it's weird. It's so weird, but and I don't know, maybe it has a lot to do with like the amount of content I had put out in the past, like, 7 years and stuff. Or maybe, I think it's a blend between that, and then it's a blend between working at that job in Seattle. And I'm like, bro, but the thing is like, I haven't worked at that place in like 2 years. So it's like, I don't know if I needed like these 2 years to rest, and then like in these past like 2 years, I've been like, I guess like working overtime with like the content creating stuff, but man, I don't know, but it's honestly one of the weirdest feelings ever because like when I think back on when I was working at that cafe, like I had forced myself to have energy because I couldn't show up to that place like with no energy. So I would show up to that place like bright and early, like freaking long before I even needed to clock in. I'm showing up early and stuff. Like I'm happy. I'm like giving this job pretty much my all. And then I would try to like go and do the content creating stuff when I go home, and it was like I just didn't have like the energy for it. So it was like you spend like 4 years, and the thing is like I only had energy to do maybe a few videos. There would be at times where I would do multiple videos, but yeah, it was like I only had energy to just to just do a few. And then it just it was like I just like I seen myself like slowly getting pulled away from content creating, and I felt like a part of me had like started realizing that when before like when I started working at that place. And I was like close to quitting. I remember I was like, that's the one thing that I was gonna do is like I wrote a letter and was all like, I'm just gonna set that letter there. Sit there in the office and then just walk out and just disappear because I'm like, bruh, like I really don't want to get pulled away, but had people talk me out of it. And then, overall, it was like I just pretty much had got stuck at that place and things because I was like, I didn't really expect to work there for a long period of time. Like, I remember where it was this one coworker that I was cool with. I remember I told her, I was like, after you leave, I'm like, I'm probably going to leave myself. Because I'm like, I don't see myself, being here, with nobody else besides, I was like, you and then the other people that was here. And now that you guys are gone, and I'm like, I ain't trying to be, like everybody looking at me and, I'm like, I don't want to like, be here for a long period of time. So, but then it was Jack from Monitor. He started working there. So I'm like, I can't leave homie like that. I can't leave the bro like that by himself. Because it was at one point in time, like, it was just me and him. So that, and I'm like, bruh, and that's like one of the main reasons why I did not want to go back to that place, because I was like, nah, like, you guys took so much from me, like, mentally and physically. I'm like, nah, bruh, like, people that I did work with that was there, I'm like, look, y'all are appreciated. I appreciate the manager for giving me a chance, the one that hired me. I appreciate the coworkers that I had and stuff, but other than that, I'm like, bro, I don't ever ever want to go back to that place, because it took so much for me, like, just of who I am, and I'm like, I can't do that to myself again. Like, yeah, it's like I could have possibly been making more money, like I could have been in a much more better position, but I'm like, nah, bruh, like, I don't even want to. My thing is this: I would rather regain who I once was with content creating, because I feel like that. At times I feel like I'm better than who I was back then, and then there's other times where I'm like, man, like, I wish I had like that energy too from like back then, and then blended it in with the energy that I got today. But I'm like, I sit down and I'm thinking about it, I'm like, bro, you don't really have a whole lot of energy. Like, I feel like if I had been streaming and all that other, if I had definitely been streaming back, like years ago, I definitely been streaming for some hours. I'm like, nah, it definitely would have been a long period of time, because I'm like, I could sit down, for a long period of time and do stuff, but I'm like, I feel like that job, it just mentally did something to me where it's like, I don't want to like sit in the area for too long, like, doing stuff and things. So, yeah, I'm like, man, it's so draining. I'm like, I was sitting here, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm tired, but I'm like, all I want to just do right now is just lay in bed. And I'm like, lately I've been forcing myself to like, okay, forcing myself to stream, forcing myself to record videos, forcing myself to record podcast episodes. I just feel like I'm slowing down with everything. Like, I remember at one point in time, I had like 20 something podcast episodes I hadn't even posted. I had like, I remember it was like at one point I had like over 70 something videos I hadn't even posted yet on the YouTube. And that was like through like both the two channels I had at the time. And it was like, and now, I mean, I got like some videos I hadn't really like worked on and all that stuff. But I'm like, at the same time, I'm like, man, I am tired. And I'm like, I don't even know why I'm so tired. And it's like, I'm not doing nothing though. I feel like a part of me is like, I'm realizing that, where it's like, I'm not even doing nothing. And then it's like, I'm still tired. And I'm like, bro, I don't know. Like, maybe a break is needed. I'm like, I am thinking about that. Cause, yeah, it's just like, where I'm at right now with content creating, I'm like, it's not right. I'm all like, it don't feel right. I'm like, I feel like I should be in a much more better position and stuff when it comes to content creating. And I'm not. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on. So it's weird, man. It's really weird. And then I think another reason why is just because I feel like I don't really have nobody. I'm like, I feel like if I had somebody like by my side or something, it's like also on top of that, where it's like you literally had almost every, like, your immediate family like going after you and stuff over being a content creator. Yeah, it was tough. That's tough on me too, like mentally. I'm like, it's something, I'm like, you don't really expect to go through that. It's like, I feel like people, because that's one thing for sure. It's like when I come across people and it look like they going through some stuff, I'm not gonna attack them on some stuff where it's like it don't even matter, or even on some stuff where it does matter. It's like, if anything, I'm gonna try to help them, but I'm like, I ain't gonna attack them over some stuff, and it's like, there ain't even no reason to attack them over some stuff. I'm like, nah, man, it's like, you got your own problems to be worried about. I got my own problems. I feel like that, those that did attack me over the fact of being a content creator, I'm like, y'all need to be worried about your own problems. It's like, you sit down and you see how, like, much people want to be involved, like, not so much as involved in your life, but they want to pay attention to your life too much. And it's like, fam, do you not realize, like, you're wasting your time, you're wasting your life focused on another person's life? Like, it's things like that I don't feel like people like truly get and understand and stuff. I'm like, you guys, I'm like, reevaluate your life. I'm like, because I know people probably ask me, like, do I sit down and I think about my life? I'm like, I think about my life all the time. I think of like where it could have been, you know, how I'm doing things, how I could do things differently. Like I think about my life like all the time. You know, and I also like I think about others, but I don't think about others in a negative way where I feel like I gotta judge them and, you know, tell them this and tell them that, think about this and think about like stuff that doesn't even deserve like any like mental space and things. I'm like, I'm not for that, you know. So but no, like, you know, just really getting on my life. I'm like, I feel like one of the main things, if I had like somebody like by my side, I feel like if I had like, I don't know why I always think like if I had like a significant other or something, like if I met somebody and she was 100% supportive, but she would like, you know, she wanted to like overall like have something with me, like to just build off of. I think, you know, if I had that, I probably would try to work harder. And I feel like, you know, just kind of like being in it by myself, you know, you don't really have nothing. Cause I'm like, the thing is, I know people, they've told me that I'm like I'm a selfless person. And, you know, I take notice of that. I look at, you know, my life and I'm like, you know, I am a selfless person. It's like when I do think about people, I think about helping them. I don't think about judging them or anything. And so I feel like I spend more time trying to help out others than I do like trying to help out myself, because I feel like it's easier helping others rather than, you know, you trying to come up with the answers for yourself. And it's like it's a battle where it's like it's one of the most toughest battles of your life. So yeah, it's just it's overall it's weird, man. It's weird where I'm at right now in life. I'm like, you know, it's at times I just be saying, I think that's like one of the main reasons why I'm like, times when I'm like in my stream, I be so depressed. Like, it's like, you know, you have it where it's like you just stream for like an hour, right? And, you know, like now I kind of like try to like have like a different outlook on streaming where it's like, okay, you know, if I'm going to stream, I'm going to just, you know, like stream to like beat missions and video games and crap. Like, because I feel like, you know, streaming, getting videos out the way, getting podcast episodes out the way and all that stuff. I feel like that's like the main thing that really keeps me going. But I'm like, I want to have that energy for like all the stuff that I have. Like, you know, I want to post like, I like, the thing is I wish I could do that is like either like half or all, but like either half of my channels or all of my channels and post like one video every day on each channel, you know, or just record like a crap ton of videos for like each channel and things, and then just, you know, post them throughout the week. But it's like, I just wish I had like that, you know, just some sort of like energy, you know, to overall like just really go at it with content creating. Because I feel like at times like I will go at it, I will get motivated, I will, you know, do things, but at the same time I'm like, I'm struggling, man. Like I wish it would stop. Like, I wish it would just, you know, really just, like, all that struggling stuff. Like, I'm like, okay, push it aside. Focus on yourself. Like, I know I preach that a lot because it's something that I wish I could do. And I feel like it's, like, the best thing, you know, for a person. I feel like when I, like, the stuff that I preach, and if I'm not following it, it's stuff that I wish I could follow. And I'm like, and overall, I'm like, I don't want people to be in the same position as myself, where it's like, you don't really have the answers in life. And I'm like, I guess it's weird. It's how it's like I can, you know, give it like somebody could be dealing with the same situation as me, and I could give them the answers on some stuff, but I can't take that stuff into consideration and be like, you know, well, I should follow that advice too. I should, you know, and I can't. Now I'm like, it's weird, and you know, it's just it's overall crazy. I'm like, how you know, just life works like that and things, but you know, all I'm gonna try to do is like view it as that, hey, like things will get better, you know, times won't be as difficult, you know, whatever, whoever decides to be involved in your life, it's like they, you know, that time will come eventually. Content creating gonna get better. You know, I'm trying to look at life like that, but I'm like, man, you know, it's kind of hard at times, or it's like, you know, you like look at life like that. It's like, cause I just, you know, I don't know. I'm more so I'll see it for others now rather than seeing it for myself and things. I'm like, it's weird. So I don't know, man. I'm gonna try to figure out something. But anyways, and that being said, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching in or listening. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on a podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe, however it's set up. Make sure you subscribe to all my 43 YouTube channels. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, Instagram at TMossBoss. And make sure you follow my Facebook page at TMossBoss fan page. Also, if you are purchasing any tickets from SeatGeek, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. It will knock $20 off your first purchase. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.